Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. Today's tale is a special video for mothers. Enjoy.
The rain hammered against the attic window, each drop sounding like a frantic little knock. Outside, the early May storm raged, mirroring the tempest brewing inside Sarah. Today was Mother's Day, a day usually filled with forced smiles and lukewarm coffee brought to her by her well-meaning but clumsy children. This year, however, felt different. A heavy, cloying sweetness hung in the air of their old Victorian house, a scent she couldn't quite place but found deeply unsettling. It had started subtly. Yesterday, a single perfect white rose appeared on her pillow. No note, no explanation. Just the pristine bloom against the worn cotton. This morning, the same unsettling sweetness permeated the downstairs. Her children, usually boisterous and demanding, were eerily quiet, their eyes holding a strange, almost vacant quality. "Happy Mother's Day, Mommy," her 8-year-old Lily had whispered, her voice flat and devoid of its usual childish lilt. She handed Sarah a card made of construction paper, the crayon drawing inside unnervingly precise. It depicted Sarah smiling, surrounded by perfect white roses. There was no sun, no sky, just the roses and her unnaturally wide grin. Her son, 10-year-old Tom, offered her a small, wrapped gift. Inside was a porcelain doll. Its features were delicate, almost too perfect, and its eyes, a startlingly realistic shade of blue, seemed to follow Sarah's every move. The doll emanated that same cloying sweetness. Throughout breakfast, an unnerving silence hung over the kitchen. Her husband, Mark, usually the life of the morning, moved with a strange, robotic efficiency, his smile fixed and distant. When Sarah tried to ask about the rose or the strange atmosphere, they all responded with the same vacant smiles and reassurances that it was just a special Mother's Day. As the day wore on, the sweetness intensified, becoming almost suffocating. The house felt colder, despite the roaring fire in the hearth. Sarah kept catching glimpses of movement in the periphery, fleeting shadows that vanished when she turned her head. The porcelain doll sat on the mantelpiece, its blue eyes unwavering. Later, Lily presented Sarah with a bouquet of perfect white roses, their thorns inexplicably absent. Tom insisted on brushing her hair, his touch strangely cold and lingering. Mark kept refilling her teacup, his gaze never quite meeting hers. By evening, Sarah felt a suffocating dread. This wasn't Mother's Day, it was some twisted imitation. Her family, their eyes unnervingly bright, seemed to be acting out a macabre play, and she was the unwilling star. As the storm outside reached its crescendo, a scratching sound began in the walls. It started faint, like tiny claws, but grew steadily louder, more insistent. Sarah's heart hammered against her ribs. "What's that noise?" she finally managed, her voice trembling. Her family turned to her, their vacant smiles widening, revealing teeth that seemed just a little too sharp. "It's just her, Mommy," Lily whispered, her voice laced with its same unsettling sweetness. "She's come to celebrate with us," Tom added, his eyes gleaming. Mark placed a hand on Sarah's arm, his grip surprisingly strong. "She never forgets Mother's Day." The scratching intensified, moving closer. The wall behind the mantelpiece began to bulge. A low, guttural moan echoed from within. The porcelain doll on the mantelpiece seemed to tilt its head, its blue eyes fixed on Sarah with an unnerving intensity. Terror, cold and sharp, pierced through Sarah's confusion. This wasn't her family. Not anymore. The sweetness in the air was the scent of something unnatural, something ancient and hungry. The wall finally cracked, splintering inwards. From the darkness within emerged a figure, gaunt and pale, with long, skeletal fingers, and eyes that glowed with a malevolent light. Wisps of white roses clung to its decaying form. "Happy Mother's Day, Sarah," the figure rasped, its voice a chilling whisper that seemed to crawl directly into her mind. "You've been such a good mother, in your own way." Her real children, her real husband, were gone, replaced by this, this monstrous parody of family, forever trapped in a horrifying, eternal Mother's Day. The storm raged outside, drowning out Sarah's silent scream as the skeletal figure reached for her, its touch as cold as the grave. the scent of white roses overwhelming. The porcelain doll watched, its perfect blue eyes never blinking.